and welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing a 12 by 12 layout for one of my 12 by 12 albums that I've got. It is a beige one that I got years and years and years and years ago, which was when I first started wanting to do scrapbooking, but I never really used it. So this one is going to be like loads of photographs of my holidays with my fiance and of course with my best friend. So even though I'm doing some small albums for that, I'm going to be doing some 12 by 12 layouts with the pictures that I've got left over, just to use it up and to put them somewhere. So this is a photograph of when I was in Spain last year. I think it was when we were at Finger Roller Zoo. Yeah, and this is the bit that was actually in one of the walls where they've put an elephant out of the wall. I thought it was quite cool, so I had to take a photograph of that. This is what I'm documenting because we had such a great day that day. Sorry about that. So I'm using 3 sets of papers here. I'm using 12 by 12, an 8 by 8 and a 6 by 6, and they're all of the Centrino or Strinturio, whatever how you like to pronounce that, but it's the Gorjuss Girl paper packs. Because I've got so many of them, I want to use some of them up, and I even want to put them in some of my albums, so this is why I'm using some of them to put on this. I have used all dark papers because I wanted the picture to pop out, which I think it does, and I've even using my Gorjuss Girl stamp, which I use colouring pencils to colour in with. So if you see me disappear for a bit, it's because I'm just grabbing some more stash from my stash that I've got down by next to me. I'm using Memento Midnight White, I think that's what it's called, Midnight, was it Moonlight White? I think it's Moonlight White, because you can't really see here, to stamp some of the stamp that I use for this. So it's like a document tab that I had, so I decided to use that on this page because it's going to be documenting when I went to Spain with my fiance. And I even use a stamp called Best Day Ever. It's one of my favourite stamps that I've got, so I wanted to use that in this album. Of course I used the Sazon stamp ink remover, just because it's one of my favourites that I use. As you can see, I've got a stack of photographs right next to me. This is what I will be scrapbooking over the next couple of weeks, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I will get it done. I did film this a couple of weeks ago and I am recording it on the 14th of the 6th, so it is quite a long time for me to get some videos up and done, just because I have so much going on with work and that. My work, as you know, I am a meat cutter for a counter in a retail shop, so my hands have to be perfectly clean, stain free, and my nails can't be painted, so that's why pretty much when I do this I have to make sure I've got a day after I make all my pages so I can get most of the ink off. I have used Tim Holtz Distress sprays. I think this one's the darker one, so it's like a dark purple, and then I've got like a lighter colour one as well. So you'll see me spray this on, and then I use a bit of tissue to just take some of the excess off. And I did get myself covered. And if anybody knows how to get this to stop from leaking inside the lid, would be a great help as well, because mine seems to always spill, and I don't understand how. Especially when I don't move them as much. As you can see, I take some of the ink off just because it's too much, but it's what I want, where I wanted the sprays to go. So that's another tip. If you don't like something, just use a bit of tissue to just blot it up. That just takes some of the ink off, the excess ink. If I remember correctly, I've forgotten to pick some of my embellishments up. That I actually... oh, and my sticky glue. I knew there was something else. So I'm using some of the papers, just rip them to give them more of a raw edge, which I quite like the look of. So I'm just sticking some of the papers down in a cluster. You'll see what I'm meaning in a bit, because right now you can't really tell. I'm really trying to get the right placement for that. Because the ink's not drying as well, it can't go onto the back of the paper, but I'm not too worried. Because of the fact that it is the back of the paper, what else can you expect? So I've just pulled out on my stash where I've done some of my Big Shot scissors die cuts, and some. I got a pack of die cuts as well for a really, really good price at my local TK Maxx from the UK. So I liked adding a little bits of extra onto it. I've got these butterflies. These are the scissors one, which is just the into it one, which is really, really detailed. They do when I actually bought mine, I got a starter pack, pardon me, and mine was really, 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 really cheap. I got it from the range, and mine is the aqua blue, which when I saw it, I was just fell in love with it. It is absolutely gorgeous, and you get some dies already done. So there's like the butterfly one, there's some circle ones, some hearts. I will be using them, and I will be cutting some more stuff out with this to try and make my own embellishments. I will do a video if you want me to do a video on mine, but it's nothing much you can't find on YouTube as it is. So I try not to do the same videos as what everybody else is doing. I am using to steady myself on the table my X-Cut glass cutting mat. It's a new item for me. So, and I got it for £3 at TK Maxx as well. So you can find some good deals. These are two butterflies. Now one's in a purpley colour and one's in a mint green, because it was the paper pack that I got. So what I decided to do was use my tacky glue, and I poured too much out. So what I did was just took it off with my finger and put my finger on the back of them to just give them a bit of a 3D effect. I also put some of the glue on the back of the photo so I can move it around a little bit more, just because so that I can put some stuff in where I need to put them in. And this is a butterfly time, like a pocket time, which I am absolutely loving, but I've only got one more left because I used one on my Project Life album, and I think these were dead cheap because they were like ones that don't stick properly, so I got mine for really, really cheap. And I'm using some enamel dots because I want to use some of these up just to give it a bit of colour and a bit of pop. I will say I am doing my own, but I did have some issues with it, so I might do a blog post on that. I'm just trying to figure out where to put this gorgeous go, and I'm liking it there. I think that's where I keep it actually. So I might do a quick blog post on how I do my enamel dots, because I use the pony beads. They're not quite enamel dots, but they're more flexible and they're more usable. But I did have some issues where it's taken a long time for me, because I'm finding the lower the heat, the better it works, because the higher the heat, it burns and discolours them. So a lot of my ones that I did before were like brown by the time they came out. So, and I'm not happy with that. So like, it should have been like a see-through purpley pink, and now it's come out like a orange. So I had to literally sit down and work through how much time it's going to take me, what's the best one to use, and stuff like that. So I will be doing I think I might do a blog post on that, just to try and get some people, like, if they're interested in doing it, and where you can buy some of the stuff. So, but I did have problems where I first did it and it looked like donuts, which you don't really want. So As you can see, I haven't really done much more to here. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to put any more on there. I think I put a sticker on as well, and then pretty much that is a few stickers, and then that's me done. You know when you flick through some stickers and you just think, do I need any more on here, or do I put some more on there? I am very simple in what I do, and sometimes I do put more photos on and layout than anything, just because I'm trying to get as much as I can into an album, because I have so many photos. I am a photography freak and I love it. So thanks for watching, guys, and here's a close-up of the page, and if you like this, give me a thumbs up and also comment. I do take advice very nicely, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.